Part of my role as a food brand design partner is guiding and coaching our clients on best design practices in the food industry. I hear a lot of misconceptions when it comes to food brand logo design, and over the years, I've found myself often explaining and educating on why these ideas are not a sound strategy. Today, I'm going to go over common do's and don'ts for food brand logos so you can set your food brand up for success. First, what's the difference between a logo and branding? Your logo is the mark of your food brand. Think of it as the consistent anchor across your entire brand. Your branding is so much more than just your logo. It is every single touch point of your brand: packaging, website, social media, marketing, etc. Branding is essentially the impression all your touch points leave on your consumer about your brand. Now that you know what a logo and branding are, let's get to the do's and don'ts. Logo mistake number 1, putting too much into the logo. I have heard people say, we want to put this, and this into the logo. Big mistake. You don't want your food logo to be intricate, complicated, or overly detailed. Otherwise it becomes busy, weak, and is less memorable. Simpler is definitely better with food logos. Simple, strong, and iconic stands out. It makes a solid impression, is memorable, and is easily recognizable. Logo mistake number 2, not seeing the big picture of the branding. Your logo is important, but the big picture of your branding is the most important. Don't look at your logo concepts in isolation. Make sure it's being developed in the larger context of the brand design. For example, you might think a logo concept looks too simple on its own, but when you see it within the whole branding, you see it in a completely different light. Your branding should be unified, but not cookie cutter. In other words, you want your touch points to be complementary, but not identical. A great example of this is our Vivan brand design. The logo is consistent across all applications, whereas the look of the website is very different from the packaging. It's all complementary and driven by strategy, so it works together as an interesting and unique brand. Remember, if all your touch points look the same, your branding becomes boring and expected. Vary it up to keep it interesting and exciting. Logo mistake number 3. Too many cooks in the kitchen. Too many people involved in the creative process can hinder the creativity. When too many people are involved in the creative decision-making process, you get design by committee. There's usually too much fragmented feedback because everyone has their say. You could end up with a sort of Frankenstein logo that isn't a strong solution. Yet you might think it's the right solution because everyone got a piece of what they wanted. Let your design team lead and guide the creative process. Give consolidated feedback and let the creative process determine the solutions. Don't let your feedback solve the problem. Rather, say what is and isn't working for you and let your design team take it from there. Bonus tip, the cool factor. Whenever I'm designing a logo, I like to give it the cool factor test. Would people want to wear this logo on a t-shirt? Does it have that cool factor? Cool doesn't necessarily mean one thing. Cool might be fun, exciting, elegant, bold, sleek, whatever cool means for your brand. Own it. If you enjoyed these insights, be sure to visit our website at jendavid.com. We have many free resources there, and you can check out our Get Started forum if you're interested in partnering or consulting with us. I'll see you in the next one.